This is a video complaining about something very minute detail of having a YouTube channel, but it's just part of a greater problem, that is enshittification. And this is actually a topic I could ramble about so much, so instead of doing that, I'm going to try to just keep this short and keep it focused and maybe expand upon it later. It's one of those things though, like, what are you going to do about it? Okay, we can sit here and complain about how everything sucks, nothing's as good as it used to be. That's something I've been commenting about. Somebody left a comment talking about, yeah, and it is a big topic, people talk about enshittification these days. But that's just how our society is. I guess I just want to make the comparison of, I think that it's a societal thing, and it's not necessarily something that we have control over. It's in the same way, you know how they want to make us feel bad about, if you believe in climate change or whatever, they want to make you feel bad about it, not all the big corporations and all the, we got people out here having extreme diets and they think that they're saving the world by going vegan or whatever, and they feel good about themselves for changing, but we shouldn't have all the pressure of needing to, it's not up to one person, not one person is going to save the world by doing one thing. Like, you're actually not really doing much, to be honest. It's not on an individual. These are things that are problems of a society at large, and those types of big problems require big solutions where everybody needs to change, or it needs to come from the top down. And the enshittification is just from the top down. We just live in an enshittified society. And there's been times in the past that had the opposite of that. There were times in the past where people strived to make beautiful, long-lasting things. And it was a collective society effort. And now we get think of the difference between, I just saw a beautiful image earlier today of some Egyptian, well, what they tell us is Egypt. I think that biblical Egypt was in America. Anyways, a beautiful temple. Just think of the temples with all the ornate designs that still last today. And then think of like the lunar lander, hobo tent, shiny stuff that it looks like somebody took dog poop and wrapped it in foil and put sprinkles on it. That's today. That's what we get today. And that's just because that's what we live in. We live in a flashy, it might look good, it might photograph okay, and you might be able to tell somebody a funny story about it or something, but at the end of the day, what we have today is crap and not made to last. It's flimsy and it's going to break. And a couple hundred years ago, we had people making giant machinery out of materials that last hundreds of years. I just read a fantastical thing about, but true, to me it seemed true, some fantastical things. They found old machinery in the middle of nowhere of Siberia, and they're like, yeah, we could fix that up, it'd be running again. There really was a period in the past, not too distant past, where people built stuff to last, and they didn't put up with this enshittification nonsense. And man, I could rant about capitalism. Capitalism, I think, is just a red herring. I don't think that it's all to blame on capitalism. And because, in my mind, because a lot of people think of capitalism as this like perfect thing, it's almost like, it's like a monetary survival of the fittest. People think that it's like survival of the fittest for an economy system. If somebody's product, if somebody's cheating you out of their product, well, somebody else can step in and do a better job, and they'll get the money. It'll correct itself. People think of the economy and capitalism as this like self-correcting thing that always is evolving towards perfection. But the truth of the matter is that there's a bunch of cheaters at the top, and nobody really plays by the rules at the top. It's a rigged system against people who aren't in the club, and people don't want to really make a better product. So that's just the top-down thing, is that we don't live in a society where the people who have the power to make big changes value things like longevity and giving a good product. They've all conspired together to give us less and less and demand more and more. We see this everywhere in society. where we're expected to give more and more of ourselves and receive less and less in return. What do they tell us? They tell us that people used to throw riots for like a little bit of taxation, and nowadays we're giving away all of our taxes, and we don't. I mean, we got hot showers. You know, there's some certain things in modern life that I do enjoy, but we've lost so much, and so much of what we have today has been enshittified to the point of, you know, there's nothing worse than buying something and it sucks so bad that it's like you don't even get a use out of it. It's even worse than buying something and you're like, that wasn't a good deal. We're just at the point where you buy something and it breaks before it even functions its use like one time. That's how bad things have gotten. And hundreds of years ago, people used to cast iron machinery to last hundreds of years, to the point where you can have great cataclysms and come back and refurbish it and get it running again. Okay, to get to the point, I guess that's enough rambling. Future ramble videos, we can talk more and more about enshittification. I mean, it's just a part of the world we live in. The people who have the power today have decided to be greedy, and hey, we're going to make stuff crappier and crappier for those at the bottom. We're just going to keep stomping on them. And I think this is where we get that, all those, you know, don't tread on me, and the Bible uses that type of stomping on imagery. When you're this late stage, capitalism, it's a magic trick. Dollar bills would have, you know, the green thing with the Illuminati pyramid on the back. There's no value in that if nobody believed in it. It is magic. It is monopoly money, magic. The highest people on the pyramid probably don't even play using this monopoly money stuff, because a lot of those people might even have the power to just wire a bunch of money, just give a bunch of fake numbers in their bank accounts. I think at the very tippy top, they don't even play by those rules. That's what all this child trafficking and stuff, that's the currency for those types of people, stuff like that. Anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that. Let me ramble about this right here. This is just more enshittification. Who remembers? I bet most people here probably remember when YouTube had, I mean, let's go. We have a list. We have a whole list of enshittification for YouTube specifically. Yes, we used to have a like and a dislike button, and you actually used to be able to see how many likes or dislikes. And that makes sense. Every rational person would know that that makes sense to be able to see those, even though already they had taken some stuff away at that point. But then they got rid of the dislike button. What do you know? And it was because they didn't like posting some bullshit out of NASA and seeing a bunch of negatives. They would post their YouTube recap, and they couldn't handle the heat. So they had to censor negative opinions. Before that, we could vote with stars. So before that, do you guys remember when YouTube actually had a star system, a star rating system? You could rate a video, I think 1 to 5 stars. Could you give a 0 star? I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many stars, but there used to be a star rating system. They got rid of that, and we don't ask for that. I'm sitting in my car right now recording this video. You know what that makes me think about? Cars. Nobody likes all the electronic bullshit in a car. Some of it is okay. A backup camera, okay, that's smart. I remember people in the 90s, I remember the rich people across from me in the 90s had a backup camera on their RV. So this is not crazy new technology. What are we using new technology for? To make the touch screen, the annoying touch screen in the car, that nobody wants to be doing things with a touch screen. We love the knobs. We love that analog technology, but they don't give it to us. They don't care. And, you know, maybe that one you could say that it's a money thing, because they can charge you more money if they make it electronics. But of course, I'm sure a lot of people understand that they're probably doing all sorts of other monitoring things, and they're going to make it so that they can remotely turn off your car, and who knows, maybe they're at the point where they could remotely just like brick your car and it doesn't even run anymore because it has enough computer stuff in it that they could just do it remotely. Anyways, that's just another example of nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for you to take away the rating system. Nobody asked for you to take away the thumbs down thing, but they do it anyways. They don't give a crap what people want. They don't play by the same rules. YouTube is not afraid of somebody else coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to make my own streaming platform that still has rating systems. And still, another thing YouTube took away, who remembers when there used to be messaging system? You used to be able to message one another on YouTube, and they just got rid of it. Nobody asked to get rid of that, but they're just going to get rid of features like that. Stuff over time these days only gets worse. And this really gives people appreciation for, at least myself and a lot of other people, technologies. Like I really love consoles and the game. You know, people used to have to actually finish a game before shipping it out. Nowadays, one of the worst parts of buying video games is when a game is released, you're almost guaranteed today that you're buying a piece of crap that's still being worked on. People used to have to actually finish their software and be done with it. Nowadays, they release a piece of broken crap, they fix a few things, but then they make stuff even worse than it used to be. Even movies, they're going in and taking old movies and making them worse, throwing chemtrails in the background, and digitally enhancing, making stuff crappier for the future. Warcraft, people left comments about them remastering old games and breaking them, making them worse. These days you got a whole bunch of programmers who are probably diversity hires, and they use AI to program these spaghetti code messes. They literally go back and remaster old games and just break them, make them way worse. I don't even think I've explained this yet. I'm just going to end this video. I've rambled enough. This is just a lamentation to enshittification. Leave all your comments about when companies enshittify stuff. Google! F you, Google. You suck now. In the 2000s, Google was like magic, how good the algorithm was at being able to find very obscure things on the internet. Exactly what you could find. If you could play those keywords right, it would work nicely. And then we entered the age of recipes needing to have somebody's life story. Can we, like, the internet sucks today. It's so annoying the way that the internet is. Now you can't search it. It's always the AI search is all we get now, because Google effed up their own search engine. They destroyed their own search engine to the point it sucked so bad. You can't even find stuff if you know exactly what you're looking for. They're actively hiding things. You get pages of sponsored BS to go through. Yeah. And here, this is just another, the YouTube thing. This is pissing me off recently. I've been looking through my comments a lot more recently because I've been posting more. And I noticed that I just couldn't see the comment. It's like, where are the comments? There just weren't comments. And then you had to go in and click the sort by. They've created a new default. How many times has this happened to you guys where you log into something and everything's different all of a sudden? And then there's just a new default that you have to undo. But honestly, 9 times out of 10, you log into a place, it's effed up. 5 of the features that you loved are all gone now, and there isn't even anything in the settings to make it go back. That's how it mostly runs these days. Just enshittification, things get worse, and you know that they could have programmed it in, just a simple radio button. Oh, do you want it the way that it used to be? Here, click this button. But they just don't give you that option. Really pisses me off. Anyways, this whole sort by thing, I've been noticing comments just not showing up, and this sort, they've changed the YouTube comments so it by default sorts by most relevant instead of the newest comment. Who came up with that system? It's so stupid. Who gets to decide what's the most relevant? And you know what this does? This allows bot comments and annoying shill comments to fly under the radar. 9 times out of 10, the shills and the bots are leaving nonsense comments that are not relevant. If you're sorting things by most relevant, the stupid spam and bot comments just never show up. Now, I just don't even see. Honestly, that's why I started checking into things, because I try to just ignore them and not pay it any attention. Now that I've been posting videos more frequently, the shills come out, and the bot it's like old friends, you know? And bots come out. I can tell because they leave stupid comments. And I'm not putting it past stupid individuals, but obviously shills go out of their way to leave stupid comments. And also bot comment, just nonsense comments. I've seen comments that just don't make any sense, which are probably bot comments. And I'd see them when I'm looking at my video, but then I couldn't see them when I would open up my comments. So I had to figure out, oh, it's because they're hiding it. They're getting to decide what's relevant, what's not relevant. First of all, how vague is that? So are they just data mining the comments and the video titles to find relevance? So that's just my guess, is that they're doing all sorts of data mining through the comments and the videos and trying to find the most relevant. Anyways, we've been seeing more and more AI being shoved into YouTube. YouTube clearly loves AI. I can't stand. I cringe at the fact I even used to use like AI thumbnails back. It was more of a curiosity back then. Fascinating curiosity. I'd go back and change all the thumbnails if I cared enough, but I don't. But I'm just so sick of all the AI crap. But this is what we have I don't think that we have a choice. This is just another enshittification. Where capitalist? What's capitalist about all this AI stuff? Nobody's making money off of it, and they're dumping, what, billions of dollars to building infrastructure? We don't live in a capitalist society. We live in an oligarchy that doesn't even play by the same rules as the plebs that are playing with magic monopoly money. And with that, I will end this video. God bless everyone.